Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Our big focus this hour, India's northeast needs our urgent attention. Upper Assam is reeling with its worst ever flood crisis with over 80 people killed. The situation in Mon and Mokokchung in Nagaland also remains bleak, with more rainfall being predicted. In Arunachal Pradesh too, at least 7 people have been killed in floods this year, and the IMD is forecasting more heavy rain for the state in the coming days. Rivers are continuing to swell, thousands have been displaced, roads and bridges have been washed away, and thousands have been displaced as well. Rescue teams are racing against time to reach stranded families. While the immediate priority is saving lives, Indians need to pay special attention to the northeast. While politicians reduce this to a blame game, our focus here has been to find a solution. Collectively as one country, we are being joined by journalists from the northeast today who will help us understand what's happening on ground, what are the immediate priorities, and what do we do next to solve a difficult ecological crisis. Saida Ambia Zahar, journalist based in Guwahati, is joining us live. Saida, thank you for being with us today on NewsX. What is the situation in Assam today? Which are the most affected regions, and what is the situation on ground there?
Hi, so I have been covering floods for quite a few years, but I haven't seen something like this. It's not because the death tolls are like highest, or the casualties are very much not only human but also livestock, and in terms of damages of properties and all. Earlier we used to focus on districts like Hojai, like Nagaon. We used to focus on Morigaon, we used to focus on Lakhimpur, Dhemaji. Those were like traditional flood areas in Assam. But this time what happened is like the map has geographically changed. So this is very very surprising, and there is no history of flood in these places before. Like we have seen like medium floods, flash floods in maybe Sibsagar in 2 or 3 places, but not like everywhere. In Sibsagar, town is inundated, and if you ask me what is the situation now, where are these regions? These are in Upper Assam, and these are not floods which these are not regions which to have floods. People have not seen floods. Historically, they were not aware. They knew the river, they knew the water, they have been residing beside the water, but water has never been so devastating for them. So if you ask me the reasons, it's Upper Assam and those places which are bordering Nagaland. So worst affected districts are at this moment Sibsagar, Jorhat, and Saraidew, and now Golaghat, because the water has been released from dams. So the water came down, and then now it is flooding all over Golaghat. It's not the same flood that I have been covering. So yeah.
Okay. Saida, also, of course, as far as the rescue and relief is concerned, how much of it is being able to reach the affected people? Is how much of a helping hand now is being extended by others as well, organizations, corporates, celebrities, and how much is that also helping in this rescue and relief work?
See, rescue and relief, if I say, there are lots of people are like standing hands. Like now we have people. Earlier what happened, Assam flood has been like downplayed. This was our problem. This was our like accusation that like no mainstream people don't know about Assam flood. We, talk about Bihar flood, floods in other areas. But Assam flood has been normalized so much. But what happened? When people realized this is not a normal flood caused by natural, it's not a natural flood, and something happened. I think something happened post I would relate to it post this Janji protest in Delhi. After the protest, since the protest was going on, nobody was like paying attention. The once it stopped, no, people suddenly turned to Assam flood. People realized, okay, what is the accountability of the government? Is the government working? Is the government is doing what it is supposed to do? So what happened? Lot of people are coming out. People from the other sides where flood is not happening, they're coming out to provide relief and all. Our MLA, I'll particularly name one MLA who is from Sibsagar. His constituency is Sibsagar. His name is Okhil Gogoi. He has been on the ground for the last 1 month. He has been like collecting crores and crores of rupees and handing over to those affected. And right now, not from people, not from the Assam government. Yes. Is also doing. Assam government has done a lot of things like off late.
Yeah.
They were not, the ministers were not on the ground. like during the initial days,
Right.
not on the ground, but then there was some kind of like social media, like people expressed so much anger.
Okay.
People were so frustrated. Then they started like a revolution, like where are you guys? Like you only come when there's election, so we never see your face. And then suddenly now it's a good news for us that everybody is now on the field.
Okay.
People are not like, maybe not like Akhil Gogoi, but people are trying to, after facing lots of criticisms,
Okay.
people are coming out. And the good thing is, not from like people from Assam or
Okay.
like political representatives. People from all over India
Yes.
are now in, now they're camping. I can say camping on Sipsagar. And I have heard, like I have seen so many vehicles are stranded. There's a traffic jam in flood affected areas because it is the jam created by those vehicles that has come to provide relief.
Okay.
So it's a,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
very,
a good kind of traffic jam to have. A flood of vehicles which have come for relief. Now, Saida, what is the weather forecast looking like for the next few days? Is the situation expected to improve or worsen?
situation was improving. They were like, we got good amount of sun in the past 3 days, but now there is an alert that heavy rainfall is been predicted in the next 1 or 2 days. So yeah, that is the focus for now.
So obviously the priority right now is rescue and relief, but long term we need solutions. We need to ensure that such a calamity does not happen year after year in Assam, and it's only getting worse, as you're saying, of course, this year in particular. What ecological solutions do we need to then come up with, Saida, now to combat this situation? How
See,
can we ensure that people do not face this kind of flood fury year after year?
Yeah, I really appreciate this question. Actually, we need to focus on that because right now when flood comes, we focus on reliefs. Okay, that is our like immediate what we will do other than that. When you know what, because this flood has shown us, we only don't need accountability of one state. It is a flood generated in one state, but its root cause is in another state. So what I'm trying to say is this: anything that any measure we take, we have to take it jointly. We have to have like joint river basin management authorities, which include Nagaland and Assam, because extreme rainfall in Nagaland and the lacking of capacity of the hills of holding that rain for some time and releasing it slowly like it used to do before. So we have to, like when we talk about flood now, we cannot talk about Assam as a one state. We have to talk about like the management of these interboundary rivers, because rivers knows no border, honestly. And first of all, that discussion has to happen. Secondly, we need to have early warning systems. We need to have early warning systems because we know we have been seeing floods for like centuries. So why these systems are not in place? Only IMD's alerts are not sufficient at all. And also we have like AI, we have artificial intelligence. So if we have to like make some kind of system where we can join satellite imagery with AI, so things can become very simpler and without much cost also. So secondly, I had spoken about early warning systems and SMS alerts. There should be some kind of automated mechanism. I'm not an engineer or something, but like as a journalist, what I have seen in field is that people are clueless. We need to know like how much the river has risen up. Okay, we talk about Brahmaputra. There are some kind of early warning systems has been in place.
Okay.
Some in many places these are not working
Okay.
actually.
Okay. Okay. Saida Ambia Zahar for joining us today and